What's up everyone, Callum Voice of Table Soccer here. Welcome back to the channel. It is the third and final part of the Leeds United Centenary special. And to celebrate, I'm even wearing my Leeds gear today. Now I'm no fan of Leeds United, but what I am a fan of is top class vintage football. And the guys over at Old School Football hooked me up with these. They are our new official partners. This is just a classic navy polo, and the stitch on this is absolutely unbelievable. Embroidered by the guys. They're a local business to me, small business, and they have been awesome. So they've given us a 10% code that you guys can use at checkout. It's exclusive to Westwood Table Soccer, and the code is Westwood10. So link in the description below. Have a little shop around. Polos, t-shirts, hoodies, scarves, all embroidered with vintage club crest, which, as you know, is what we are all about. Get yourself over there, add a few things into the basket. When you get to the checkout, Westwood 10 will save you 10% of anything and everything. Without further ado then, let's get into today's video as we head into the final run of kits then for this frame. And without further ado, the first little clip it here then is of a home and away kit combo. Roll it. Home and away shirt combo then is the first one in this section. It's Leeds United from 1993-96. Now these are the first kits that I can remember Leeds wearing, and the yellow band across the front highlighted with the blue just screams Tony Yeboah to me. Obviously also worn by Brian Deane and the great Rodney Wallace, and the classic navy and green stripe effort as the away kit, which is the next question actually for the Leeds fans. Why is it that you went with navy and green? From what I can see, that doesn't really come up in your club colours. And before that, I'm pretty sure Leeds City once wore a green kit because they had 5 Irish lads come over to play. But aside from that, I'm not sure where the green would have come from. So the first season Leeds would have worn this then would have been 1993-94, where they finished in an excellent 5th place in the Premier League. Nowadays, that was enough for European qualification, but back then, however, it got you nothing. So Leeds did not qualify for Europe, but top goal scorer was none other than Rodney Wallace, who was partnered, as I said before, by the other great of Brian Deane. In 1994-95, Leeds once again came 5th and were a little bit of a meh side to watch. And that's sort of highlighted really by the January signing of Tony Yeboah, who ended up being top scorer despite only playing half the season, and he got 12. But here's a little one for you. Dirty Leeds, as they are known, more so for their 1970s sides and antics, did qualify for the UEFA Cup the following season. Not for their league place, but for the fair play qualification. So there's a little bit of irony for you. And then in the final one, obviously the home kit was phased out for 1995-96, but the navy and green stripes carried through, and it was used as the away kit, having been the 3rd choice kit for the 2 seasons previous. And Leeds in this season slipped to 13th, so it didn't really work. It slid down the table, got knocked out of the UEFA Cup in round 2, and were beaten finalists in the League Cup, losing to Aston Villa. But Tony Yeboah was once again top scorer with 19 goals in all competitions. Sputio-wise, base combinations we've done with this one had to include the yellow, because the yellow is quite a highlighting feature of the entire kit. And again, if we were doing these as teams, we'd probably combine it with the blue. But in this case, we've done it with the grey, just to have a little bit more balance in the frame. The green away kit, 3 different combinations there. The all green, the navy inner with the green outer, or the reverse of the navy outer green inner. Mixture in all of these actually of long and short sleeve variations. I think they all look pretty nice. I think they're all quite tidy, but I would probably go green outer, navy inner, and then a blue outer, yellow inner if I was going to pick one for the home kit. But out of the ones that are there, I quite like the yellow outer, grey inner. Next kit then is an away kit from the Premier League era. Probably Leeds' most successful Premier League season, in which they finished in 3rd place and I believe lost in the semi-finals of the UEFA Cup. Aesthetically, this kit really works. The 3 colours that are used can be really nicely balanced out with the 3 colours in the bases. So without further ado, let's take a look at it. Kit number 3 for this episode then is the kit from 1999-2000. In Sputio terms, this kit just really works. The bases and the kit itself all come together in like a perfect blend of the sky blue and the navy. And obviously the white bar helps highlight the white little piping features on the rest of the kit. So aesthetically, it's one that works really well. In terms of Leeds, they were actually pretty good to watch that season as well, and they finished in an excellent third place in the Premier League and lost in the semi-finals of the UEFA Cup, which is still a better competition than the Europa League, but we'll leave that there. Led by David O'Leary, who I can always remember just minding about injuries in like post-match interviews and whatever. Probably not in this season, maybe a little bit later on, but you know, I can just remember him minding about injuries while he was in charge. And the charismatic Peter Ridsdale was chairman. And Leeds were bound for the Champions League the following season with top scorer Michael Bridges. The absolute stunning, handsome-looking David Hopkin anchoring the midfield. Irish fullback pairing of Ian Hart and Kelly, and the creative spark of the Aussie Harry Kewell out wide. And this Leeds side were a decent outfit. But it's worth mentioning that they lost twice that season to Leicester at Filbert Street in the League and the League Cup. So Leeds, you can have your third place. Pretty sure the victories at Filbert Street mean more to me. But looking at this, I wouldn't change the base combination in any of these. It's a really nice balance of colours and a nice kit that works. It's a winged collar. That's what the navy lines are on the shoulders there. It goes all the way around the back. It's a winged collar. Just a nice kit. Really nice, topped off with the badge. Nice design, nice colour choices. Yeah, so I think it really works. This one then is quintessentially Leeds. It's mostly white with a few little colour flashes added in. It's a home kit from 2002, 2003. Not Leeds' best season, as you're about to find out, but in terms of a kit, it just sums them up. It just sums up Leeds through that 2000s era. Had to be in there, worn by the, I don't know, is he a club legend? Leeds fans will probably tell me. Mark Viduka was top scorer that season. So yeah, I guess he goes down to club legend. But without further ado, let's have a little look at it. Kit number 4 then is the home strip from 2002, 2003. Now you might not be able to pick it up there, but it does have a white winged collar, which we've painted on in acrylic, which does make it show up. I can just about make it out from where I'm looking at the moment. As also we've now start introducing the different coloured boots. As we move into the 2000s, boots moved away from that sort of being mostly black and the odd colour being flashed in. 2002, 2003 wasn't a particularly pleasing season for Leeds. They had a new chairman come in. They went through 3 managers. David O'Leary left on 27th of June. Terry Venables came in. He left on the 21st of March. And then Peter Reid came in to finish the season. Leeds finished in 15th place. They made it quite far in the FA Cup. They got all the way to round 6. League Cup knocked out 3rd round. UEFA Cup knocked out 3rd round. Top goal scorer that season was Mark Viduka with 22 in all competitions. It's just a really, really nice and tidy kit. Manufactured by Nike. It did have Strongbow written all over the front of it, but I don't do sponsors on kits. I think it ruins them. Some nice little blue touches added in, but a really nice sort of clean kit. We've done them all as long sleeve. Just think it works really nicely. Left them on the all white base. There wasn't a lot of point changing the colours on these because there's not a lot of other colours within the kit. But yeah, it looks, you know, it looks like a tidy looking team. So that's how we've left it and not add any more colours to the base. Our next one then is another home kit. It's probably one of my favourite home kits from Leeds, especially recently. It's just got really clean, it's a clean kit. There's no reason to mess with it, and there's no corporate sponsor on it, and I love kits with no sponsor. Personally, kits with no sponsor are my favourite kits as a general rule. I just find the commercial over-sponsoring of shirts can really take away from the actual aesthetic of the shirt, and this next one from Leeds, it just works really well. It's got a nice little cool little collar, all white, just highlighted in blue, and then on the base combination we've chosen just accentuates all of that. They were back in the Championship. They weren't doing that great in terms of performance, but I think in terms of kits, this one's a bit of a winner. Let's take a look. We have it then, kit number 5, 2015-2016, the greatest football season ever played in the history of football. In fact, the greatest season in all sports ever was 2015. If you don't know why that is, then you've been living under a rock, but we'll leave it there. Leeds, though, weren't that great. They're back down in the Championship. They finished in 13th position. But for me, this was an excellent kit. It's clean and tidy lines, were completely untouched by a corporate sponsor this season. A simple yet really, really effective kit. The blue sort of accentuates and just cleans those lines up, just makes it look really tidy. A little bit of design work on the collar so it dips down in sort of a round with the end of a V-neck. Blue sock tops. Again, wouldn't have changed any of the base combinations here. I think blue outer, white inner works on here. And obviously ex-Fox Chris Wood with the green boots on there was top scorer that season, bagging 13 in all competitions. So not a particularly prolific season for anyone at Leeds. But kit-wise, probably definitely one of the better ones, sort of the sort of mid to late 2015s onto 2020. Just clean, tidy, simple. It's 100% Leeds. And yeah, it's a nice looking kit. Our next kit then, as we head into the final three kits, is a lovely blue away kit from 2016-17. Again, aesthetically, this is another kit that really works. The colour balance I find that goes through it is absolutely superb. Another one made by Kappa. Kappa, to be fair to them, Kappa are a pretty successful brand in terms of kit design and kit manufacture. My only issue with Kappa is the amount of their own logos that they put on stuff. They tend to overdo it, so I tend to clean them pretty much all off. In fact, for this next one, I have taken them all off completely, and I think it makes a better kit, but it's such a tidy kit. So let's have a little look. Number 6 then in this episode is this blue effort from Kappa, and it's another absolute beautiful kit once you clear away all the corporate sponsors and logos, etc. The blue and the yellow on this is completely on point. That yellow really, really highlights itself, being on the outside of that blue. The blue is a lovely shade of blue. And Leeds were a much better team in 2016-17 from when this kit was. They finished in 7th place in the Championship, just 1 place and 5 points behind Fulham, who occupied the final playoff place. Chris Wood, once again top scoring, with an incredible 27 league goals and 30 in all competitions. And it was in this season, actually, that Leeds signed a player I really rate in Kemar Roof. I think is a really talented footballer. Sadly, his injuries have curtailed him a little bit, and now, of course, he's playing his football in Belgium under the stewardship of Vincent Kompany, or if you're trying to be posh on Sky Sports, Vincent Kompany. But yeah, so he's playing at Vincent Kompany at Anderlecht, having got an ankle injury, I think, in pre-season of this season. I don't think Bielsa was happy about him being sold. But yeah, so he was sold for €7 million, I think. And he scored 7 goals in 16 appearances for Anderlecht, so pretty good. But yeah, so Leeds are pretty good in this season, and that kit sort of, I think it's a really nice and tidy one. Base combination-wise, either the 2 yellow and blues, although the grey and the white inner discs with the yellow outer works really nicely as well. And of course, that was the season that Leeds mutually terminated the contract of Sol Bamba, another ex-Fox who's cruised through Ellen Road and arguably has the most upbeat and smile-inducing chant in world football. So you lost out on that, Leeds, as we did when we got rid of him. But yeah, so a pretty good season for Leeds. It was another one of them where they sort of almost made it. The nearly men, a little bit like Spurs, they lose their bottle a little bit, Leeds. When it gets to the real crunch time. I wonder if they're going to do it this season. The final 2 kits then in this frame are the ones from this season. The season where Leeds might make it back to the Premier League. It's been a long absence for Leeds, and as I said before, their supporters probably cannot wait to get back into the Premier League if they can make it. They've come so close in recent seasons but fallen at the final hurdle. This time I think they require 4 more wins to get there. And with the season just about to restart, in fact, it restarted for the Premier League last night, where already we've got controversy with VAR and goal line technology. We've had 1 game. The Bundesliga has been back for weeks and absolutely no controversy. The Premier League comes back. Oi, oi, let's mess it up. But yeah, so Leeds, these 2 kits, obviously very, very special to Leeds United supporters. The home kit especially, just clean, perfect. I had to make 1 little slight tweak to the tie top, which I will explain in the next clip. And the sky blue away kit, which is actually, when I first saw it, I threw it in there, but then the more I looked into the actual kit, I loved it. It's got some nice little yellow and blue design work going around it as well to tie in all those colours. and it just complements the home kit really nicely, and it's better than that god awful pink and black thing that they've been wearing as well. So yeah, that is how we round off this frame. So let's just take a look at those final two kits. Here we are then, the final two kits for the frame. The home and away kit combo completes this frame in style with the clean and tidy all white tie top home shirt and this pale sky blue effort as the away strip, complete with flashings of the white, yellow and blue synonymous with Leeds and their colours since the late 60s or the 60s all the way through to now. I didn't include that utterly horrendous black and pink kit, which carries no heritage, and that's all right if you don't have a kit that's got any heritage with the club, if it looks good, but it doesn't, so you're welcome. I've not included it. Leeds are currently top of the championship, wearing this kit, I think on 71 points, West Bromwich Albion on 70. And are they finally going to do it? Are they finally going to see it through and make it back to the Premier League? I think in the coach, I think in Marcelo Bielsa, they've definitely got the best coach in the division. Leeds play a really high-tempo, aggressive football. And it's working. It's working at the moment. Last season, they came close, but sort of ran out of steam. This season, obviously, with the coronavirus outbreak, they've sort of had that break. So maybe it could prove to be beneficial for Leeds to really come out firing when the championship eventually gets back underway. But they're quite comfortable inside the promotion places at the moment. 7 points clear of third place, as we've said. In terms of the kits, had to be on all white bases for the home kit. The tie top on the actual shirt is white. But if you use white on this, you just wouldn't see it. It wouldn't show up as a feature. So we've done it as a pale grey, so at least you can see it as a feature. Badge containing gold stitching instead of yellow. Same as on the away shirt. It's a monochrome badge on the away shirt, so it's the sky blue from the shirt and the gold accentuating points. Just a nice kit. The away kit, actually, when I first saw it, I didn't know it had the sort of band across the bottom of the shirt, but actually it works really nicely to break up the shorts and the socks. It's just a nice and tidy kit. Two kits, I think, that aesthetically are nice to look at. And it's interesting, actually, the sky blue is another colour combination I'd like to sort of know a little bit more about with Leeds. Where did it come in that you would use sky blue away kits? We had that one earlier in the piece with the navy blue. And we obviously used it again here. Was it just brought in because it was different, or is there a reason to go with the pale blue? So if you know, please get in touch. But that's the end of the kits for this frame. Round this video off then, guys, we have got a showcase little clip here, about a minute and a half, where we look at all four of the frames that we were doing at the same time. And you'll see in this next bit of video how we at Westwood Table Soccer like to make everything different, and how we make every single frame unique and bespoke. So whenever you get a Westwood Table Soccer frame, whether it's got the same kits in as someone else, yours is yours. There's no one else with one that's like it. There will be something about yours that is different. It's part of what we do. It's part of what we've always tried to do, to make the client feel special, that theirs is the only one. It's not just a reproduction. It's not just a mass-produced thing that I've put no effort and no thought into. Every bit of paint that's on that has been added by myself. Every choice in terms of base combinations has been thought about. I try and make it unique for you guys, so hopefully you're going to get a good sort of view of that now, as we've got four frames with the same kits in, but you'll see how we've made them different. So without any more chat from me at the moment, although I do voice over this next bit, so there is a little bit more chat going. Let's get into it. Let's show you guys the finished frames now. Then a quick showcase video so you can see the frames and how we've made them and how we make them all unique. You'll notice the different base combinations, different skin colours in certain places, and how we make each one work in its own way. In the kit ordering, so it's worked out really nicely actually that the early kits, as we can see up here, we come through those early days, through the 20s, 30s, into the 50s, 60s, late 60s, and the first white kit appears at the top there. Then we come all the way down through and we see those classic white kits into those popular Burton efforts, and my favourite one, the Admiral effort there. Coming down to those Burton kits, then into that first season in the Premier League, swinging down into that early 90s, early mid 90s kits, through late 90s, early 2000s, late mid 2000 teens, and then the Centenaries coming up into there, the sky blue one. But yeah, so you can see how the different base combinations make it work. These frames, whilst they are essentially the same kits, are all completely unique in their own way. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching, guys. This little showcase video, keeping them unique. It's something what we do at Westwood Table Soccer. It's your club, it's your love. You love your club, and I love creating these for football fans, even Leeds fans. But yeah, so just a final look round then at the base colours and how they're different. Some of them are the same, but most of them we've tried to make different. You can just see on some of these there. So that is that then, guys. That is the Leeds United Centenary Special Series has finished. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have maybe picked up some tips if you're into your painting. If you're a Leeds fan, hopefully it brought back some memories. If you are seeing this and you want to get in touch and you maybe want to get your own, you can DM us. Our DMs are open on our Twitter at Westwood_TS. You can email us on westwood.ts@gmail.com. And we're just going to end, guys, with another little word about these guys at oldschoolfootball.co.uk. Link in the description. You can get 10% off with code Westwood10 at the checkout. And honestly, this gear is really high quality. I've got a hoodie over here as well that I'm going to show in another video. It is so comfy. It's super quality. This quality of the stitch, guys, the embroidery on this is absolutely unbelievable. Vintage crest anywhere from the 1800s up to the 1990s. You can get English, Scottish, European, international, non-league if you really want to. And if you're into that egg chasing rubbish, they do a little bit of rugby clobber as well. Polos, t-shirts, hoodies, scarves. You get yourselves over there. Have a little look around. Remember, code Westwood10 at checkout will save you 10% on absolutely anything and everything. That is open until the end of August 2020, guys. So if you are watching this video in the future, hi, but the discount code will no longer work. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and have a little look back through our video catalogue. We've got so many videos and so many different things in there. Restorations, other kit frames, little mini showcases. So many things in there. If you've enjoyed the video, leave it a thumbs up and get the old bell on as well so you're notified whenever a new video drops. Apart from that, guys, there is nothing else for me to say except please stay safe. Football is back, everyone. So if you're going to be watching your team on the telly or keeping up through the radio, it's back, everyone. We've been waiting for it for 100 odd days. My team, Leicester, spanked Aston Villa on the last round of games, and this week Man City have absolutely wiped the floor with Arsenal, and David Luiz's absolute calamity substitution appearance that he came on. But yeah, so guys, stay safe and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much.